What's going on, everyone? Gadget here, and welcome to the first episode on fictional created character backgrounds. Now, this is actually a series that I want to be doing every single Saturday. So, here's the gist of it. I'm doing all of my OCs, and most of these characters have backstories, but the only ones that I gotta do is recreations, since one way or another, they're basically, they're recreations. Everybody knows the backstory. So today's visual character backgrounds is gonna be my main OC for 11 years, and ever since I actually played Soul Calibur, and his name is Evo. So without any further ado, let's get started. So Evo, being born as Evo Izagami, is born in the Cinema Universe in April 7th, 1081. And his birthplace is around Kyoto, Japan, and he has eaten immortal food in 1106, and he was teleported forward to the 1500s, well, more like through, slept through over 400 years. Well, 480 years, because that's when he actually woke up. He trained under Reiko, and he has a sword known as the Hokoryu, and his weapon style is no Dachi Kenjutsu. And his BMI is 6 foot 178 pounds, and the likes and dislikes is pretty much self-explanatory, so yeah, there's that. So, Evo was born as Evo Izagami, along with his twin brother, Mamushi Izagami, and they're both born as an Oni, a entity. Well, not entity. They're more like, okay. In order to compare this, they're kind of like X-Men, where they were born mutants and they have different abilities. So in terms of being an Omni, they have animalistic DNA and mythological creature DNA. So the animalistic DNA that Evo has is has wolf DNA and dragon DNA. Having wolf DNA actually gives him the ability of super hearing, super sight, and as well as super senses, as well as the ability to actually move faster than an average human. Whereas mythological creature DNA actually gives them some elemental resistance, aka being able to be immune to fire, as well as many other elements. Mamushi, on the other hand, was born as an only of reptilic type creatures, aka one of these being a snake, or king cobra, while another one is being Leviathan. Don't worry, I'll explain Mamushi's backstory pretty soon. So, anyways, Mamushi and Evo were born as the third mother's children, as well as Ginzo's legitimate sons, which unfortunately, due to the fact it's the 1500s, there can only be one son, because if they're twins, that means that only one can actually be able to get the throne, and that throne was Ginzo, aka basically the biggest jerk of all time. And I say this for a reason. Anyway, while most people, anyways, when it comes to his decision, he decided to let Evo die in the forest while Ginzo took Mamushi, while Tsumishi, being unconscious, back to the castle to be brainwashed, and make his objective to kill Evo if he survives. So around chapter 1 through 4, he's distraught. And not to mention, not only that not only ran out of talismans, but his sword was broken. So he ended up coming across a tree that gives around immortal fruits. And usually eating something that's clearly not an immortal feature or anything gives the ability of immortality. Basically, what this fruit does is not only it stops you from aging, which he actually ate in level 06, he's pretty much immortal. So I mean, then again, if there's one thing that he doesn't realize is that he didn't know that he was immortal till then. It is that most of his wounds that he has been dealt from battle actually healed. Anyways, around the same time when he woke up around the 1500s, he was found by Reiko, known as the Fire Ninja, and she literally retired from being a ninja, and now she is the grandmaster of her own dojo. So throughout his time at the dojo, not only that his sword was different, in fact, his sword outgrew around 14 inches, which, keep in mind, well, not 14 inches, it grew around 6 feet, aka that's an average size of a basketball player. And not to mention, to go along with his weapon, he has a sheath that actually expands and enhances. Anyways, Evo went back to Kyoto and notices his own brother, but something is wrong. That's right, his brain has been brainwashed to seeing that Evo is actually his opponent, but in actuality, his real opponent is literally brainwashing him to actually get him to be killed, when in actuality, he tried his best to actually convince his brother that he's not the enemy. Unfortunately, it did not work. Or so it seems. Now, the reason why he doesn't know about Ginzo is because he actually not only brainwashed him, but he erased his memories, and he kind of trying to get him to kill his own brother. So yeah. So anyways, West Mabushi defeated. Unfortunately, he's at a loss. Throughout his journey to actually fix his brother's memories, he actually come across 4 specific people that actually had the same grudge against his father. And when 4 of his allies realized that he is the legit twin brother of Mamushi and the son of Ginzo, they actually understand, because Ginzo is a horrible man for some reason. Well, actually, he actually is. So, without further ado, let's meet the cast. Well, not the cast. Let's meet the characters that Evo had came across. So his first ally is known as Sora, and she is the blacksmith, and she's the daughter of a blacksmith that actually forged weapons from around when the Japanese had a civil war. And fortunately for Sora, she is able to pick up swordsmanship right off the bat. And how he's able to find her in first place is the reason is because, well, she got captured and she was thrown in a cage, and then all of a sudden, bada bing bada boom, she is being rescued by Evo, and she's joined the squad. Up next is Suki, or the one-eye assassin, tries to assassinate Ginzo, and unfortunately for him, he was captured and got his eye taken out. And most likely, since he doesn't want to feel like a failure again, he decided to join up on Evo's offer that as long as you get to wreak havoc in his castle, that means you should be good. Takasugi agrees. And last but not least, we have Axel, who is a rich British woman, and she is actually a princess. Unfortunately for her, she doesn't speak a lick of Japanese. In fact, she only learns English and French because of their parents. And last but not least, you got Lee Mei, who is actually a martial artist who she fought Genzo, and he cheated in the tournament, which unfortunately the judges were bribed. Anyways, we had to now here's the thing: when it comes to the characters, you have to realize that these characters can be difficult to actually write about. Anyways, we need to talk about an important character in the story, because she comes back later. Her name is Kyoko, a samurai who actually was supposed to be Ginzo's best soldier, which unfortunately she is actually not a soldier at all. In fact, she is a double agent because she works under Yang, another character that you might meet later. And so throughout the entirety of his time, Sora, Takasugi, Axel, and Lee Mei had actually have entered the castle with weapons in hand and decided to wreak havoc throughout the castle. Around chapter 10, after a failed attempt at bombarding the castle, unfortunately, this triggered the bounty war as well as the ore war. Now, the bounty war is actually a small war that whoever actually has the most bounty gets killed, and pretty much okay, this probably doesn't make any sense, but the ore war in the end actually will make more sense sooner or later. And the ore war actually was the final battle between Ginzo and Evo. And yeah, that's like how it is. Now, in terms of the ore war, in terms of the bounty war, they had another ally named Priest. Unfortunately, died via stab in the stomach. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, so in terms of how the battle went, that actually it did pretty well. And unfortunately for Ginzo, Kyoko's not around, and it's for a good reason, and that is because she, like I said, is a double agent. Basically, being a double agent gives you some perks. For example, not knowing when she's able to. She didn't come back until the battle was over. And before you guys are wondering, Evo, even though he has aged well, a lot. He still he still grew up as a person, even though he's um it makes absolutely no sense. But in any case, um turns out that Ginzo actually stabbed Evo in the last minute, and unfortunately for he Evo actually has is able to be is able to heal himself due to the fruit immortality that actually gives him the ability to heal himself. So for the most part, um, Yang, for the most part, Yang, aka the commander that is that sent not only Kyoko but Shiva as well, congratulates Evo on defeating his own father, and now the brainwashing should be able to render his brother, remembering what he was. Anyways, we have along with that, Evo has met Shiva and Kyoko for God knows what reason. Which, keep in mind, like I said twice already, she is a double agent. Anyways, Shiva, Shiva tells Evo that his that even though he is your father, he is still a crewman. And then Evo asks Kyoko why she actually held back, and he actually notices right off the bat that she wasn't even trying to fight him. In fact, pretty sure she could have easily won. But but it is one thing that she learned is that she knows who to trust, who not to trust. Anyways, that'll be it for the story of Evo Izagami. Now, don't worry. Um, Now, here's a big twist. There is another Evo that is in, well, not the main universe, but he's a character in the Alpha universe, which, keep in mind, takes place in present day. So anyways, so yeah, that'll be it for now. So next week you're gonna be taking a look at the lady flying Dutchman of the seas, aka the one-eyed silver lion, Jolene. So yeah. Anyways, let me just get you guys out of here. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. You can follow me on Instagram at Godger27Productions. You can follow me on Twitter at GD247S. You can check my Discord at Godger27Productions Garage Museum, where you can actually figure out on what kind of event it is going to be. So anyways, if you don't know how to watch my videos, take a look at my welcome to the channel video and as well as my channel update video. So that way it gives you a glimpse on what games I play and what games I stream. So without any further ado, hope you guys have a dope Sunday. This is Gotcha signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.